I didn't see you there. I suppose you're here for the review. Well then, keep watching. What's up, friends? I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Sophia and this is my channel, Sophia Sees Beauty, where I review all things beauty and makeup. Today, I'm very excited because I'm going to be reviewing the full Bridgerton and Pat McGrath collaboration collection with you guys. I have the most Bridgerton outfit I could find in my outfit for you all, just to kind of get us in the mood, and I'm going to be doing a full review, a demo, swatches, everything, giving you my final thoughts. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. And before we get started, if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm a luxury beauty YouTuber and Instagrammer. I will link my Instagram down below. I review all of the new luxury beauty releases, and if that is something that you guys are interested in, please consider joining my community. Also, if you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really helps to support my channel. I do have all of the products in the collection, so I just want to mention this might be a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to be reviewing everything. So if you're interested in only one of the products here, just check the description box because there will be timestamps below. All right, friends, let's get into the product details. This is a collection that Pat McGrath collaborated with Netflix, who owns, creates the show Bridgerton. Now, I know you're all wondering, have I seen Bridgerton? And yes, I have seen a couple of episodes of Bridgerton. It was a good show, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't watch that much TV. I just watch YouTube. So I like the show. Maybe I will go back and I will watch, the new season or the rest of the first season. But yes, Bridgerton is a show on Netflix if you guys haven't seen, and it definitely has very sort of like regal British vibes. There's a lot of interesting characters, interesting families within the show. And so I think that this collection perfectly embodies the show in both the packaging and a lot of the color stories also. Now, I purchased the Bridgerton Total, which comes with the full collection. So we have the eyeshadow palette, the blush and glow trios, and the 2 highlighters. So those are the products that I'm going to be talking about today. This retailed for $214. And so I believe if you buy that full collection, you do get $23 off. I purchased these on the Pat McGrath website using my own money, and I'm going to link every single product down below. Now, this collection did, as expected, sell out, but I am making this review for you guys because I do think there's going to be a restock of this collection. So if you miss out on it, don't worry. I will include all the links below, and what you can do is you can add your email to the wait list so that you can hear about if Pat does another restock. You guys are good to go. You're going to hear about it, and I do recommend, if there is a restock, just being on the website and kind of checking your email at the time of launch, because these items are very, very limited edition and highly sought after, and they sell out very quickly. My cat is crunching on her little kibbles right now, and it's driving me crazy. So if you hear that in the background, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's talk about each of these particular products, starting with the eyeshadow palette, which is called Diamond of the First Water. I'm going to be posting close-ups of everything here, and we will get into the swatches in the next section, so stay tuned. I'm going to be reading a little bit about these products from the Pat McGrath website. So this says, this limited edition palette presents a queen's ransom of 6 ultra regal colors: luminous pink satin matte, velvety plum taupe matte, iridescent blue astral, platinum rose metallic, brilliant berry satin matte, and an opalescent champagne highlighter, a light with soiree ready sparkles. So as the description suggests, you are getting a 6-pan palette here. I do want to mention that these pans are a little bit smaller than some of the other 6 pans that she has come out with in the past. It is made in Italy, however, which I think means we're going to be getting a very, very good formula, so that's great as well. I think something that is also a little bit different than her previous 6-pan palettes are that she's giving us some really beautiful embossing here, and we're also getting not only one of these sort of like special shades, those kinds of beautiful glittery toppers that we get usually only in the Mothership palettes, but we're also getting these really cool baked gelée pink shades, which can be used also as a blush. Pat does that all the time, and I love using her palettes for that. So I wouldn't be too deterred by the fact that these are smaller pan sizes, because I think that you are getting, a lot of other value from the types of formulas that come within this palette. And she kind of has started doing this with some of her collections. We saw this with the Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette that she launched for this past holiday season. So I just want to call that out. And this palette retails for $65 and it has an 18-month shelf life. Next, we have the Divine Blush and Glow Trio, which is called Love at First Blush. This product retails for $52 and also has an 18-month shelf life. So let's read a little bit about this. Infuse modern day romance with the beguiling blushes and romantic glow of a tempting triptych. Expertly curated by Pat for opulent illumination, this ingenious palette marries two divine blush hues with a heavenly divine glow highlighter to deliver the ultimate in multidimensional color and radiance. So this particular palette comes with two existing blush shades and what I think is a new highlighter. I will show you some comparisons of this with another very similar highlighter that she recently launched in the holiday collection. But the colors that you're getting are Nymphette, which is this beautiful light pink, one of my favorite blushes from Pat. And then you're also getting Cherish, which is this kind of brighter, poppier pink. Again, we'll get to the swatches in a second. The highlighter here is Venus Nectar, and this is a more of like her traditional kind of like creamy highlighter formula that she's been putting out recently. This is gonna be a different formula than the other highlighters in the collection, which I will get to right now. All right, let's get to these two highlighters. So we have both Incandescent Gold and Extreme Gold 002. I will show you guys close-ups of each. These retail for $60 and they have an 18-month shelf life. And on the website, it says, indulgently creamy to the touch, yet silky soft in application. This crystalline gel powder becomes one with the skin, evoking a gilded glow from within while laying down a smoothing veil of multi-dimensional sparkle. Wear solo or pair it with the Iconoclastic Skin Fetish Highlighter Balm Duo. So the formula of these highlighters are going to be very similar to the $60 highlighter that she launched during the holiday season. They are different colors though. As you can see, they're kind of on very more extreme sides of the spectrum. I will swatch them for you momentarily. These also, as you can see, have an absolutely stunning embossing on the actual product itself. The packaging it leaves a little bit, to be desired, I would say. It's okay, it has like the Bridgerton logo on it, but it's really the inside of this palette that is just so stunning. It's got this adorable little cherub kind of like reaching for a crown. So I love this. I think it's very on brand, both with Pat and with Bridgerton as well. All right, guys, so those were the product details. Let's get into some swatches and a demo of each product. All right, party people, I've got you all zoomed in. We're ready for our demo and some swatches. So we are going to start off with the eyeshadow palette, and let me just show you guys once again what this looks like. I have tons of close-ups that I've filmed for you all so you guys can see everything. I'm gonna do a quick live swatch of this and then we're gonna put this on our eyes. Starting off with this shade, which is called Iconic Ingenue. And that is like a beautiful shimmering champagne. This kind of reminds me of her Skin Glow or Skin Show Glow colors that she has in her Mothership palettes. It kind of seems like she's giving us a little bit of a taste of her Mothership palettes, but maybe putting it in kind of like a mini form. So I like that she included this. This is great for highlighting or just all over the lid if you want to do like a more wearable look one day with this palette. And I tend to really like these colors, even though they're boring. Next up is Art of the Swoon. And this is one of those new sort of big gelée formulas. And that is a very beautiful, sort of lovely pink. I think that this would make a really good blush. And I think that it's really smart that she made the pinks in this kind of like gelée formula, because then I think it makes it easy to be able to also use that on the face. So I think that was really smart, and that is just a lovely rose. Next up, we have Regency Blue, which is one of the star shades of the palette, and this is one of her celestial shades. Let's just swatch that. Ugh, I love the dimension that you get from these shades. This shade was kind of like one of the reasons why I bought this palette, and I love that you can layer it over other colors, which I'll do for you in just a second. But if you have other Pat McGrath palettes, or at least her Motherships, you will be familiar with this type of formula. It's smooth, but it's also glittery. You can get a little bit of fallout. I like to use these as topper shades, which we'll probably do in the demo, or you can use it with a little bit of like glitter glue or mixing medium to really get it to stick and get the impact up. Next up, we have Plum Regalia, which is this matte shade right here. Very nice. So this is kind of for, you know, building depth. It's a nice plum shade, very smooth matte. I think I went a little bit hard in the beginning of the swatch, so it's a little patchy there, but it is a very smooth formula. Next up, we have Duchess Divinity, which is this metallic shade right here. And this feels like absolute silk. I mean, oh my God. Ooh, that looks really pretty. That's so smooth. I can really see that being an all over the eye kind of shade. And lastly, we have this other baked formula, which is called Love Match. Nice, that was super smooth. So this is a little bit darker than the other pink, and it's a little more like red toned. I will post all of the swatches in their totality, a full close-up for you guys right now, so you can see all of this glittery, shimmery, rosy, plummy, bluey goodness up close. And then real quick, I want to show you guys what the Regency Blue looks like on top of some of the other colors. So if we swatch it on top, you can see how that has kind of like a multi-dimensional shift to it. This is what it looks like on top of Plum Regalia. This is what it looks like on top of Duchess Divinity. So you can kind of see the vibe here. You can really layer that on top to kind of create your own custom shade, so to speak. I'm also gonna show you guys what Regency Blue looks like with a little bit of mixing medium, which I will save for the demo. I do not have Pat's sort of like glitter glue stick, which I think is called Intensifies. I don't have that, but I do have this Mayron mixing medium, which she has used in the past. When she first started her brand, she actually came out with these fantastic sort of like kits where you could take the product, mix it with a teeny little bottle of this, which came in the kit, and then it basically made the product like completely molten and completely set on your eye. Shout out in the comments if you guys were around for that release. I remember that was like the launch of her brand. So I do know that Pat uses this, so we are gonna be using this in the demo just so you can see how intense we can make that particular special shade. So I think I'm just gonna start off with this color, Art of the Swoon, in the crease to just start building a look. I can't wait to try these baked colors as blushes. I think they're gonna look so beautiful. Now I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this darker pink shade, Love Match, and put it in the outer corner. And I am using a Sonia G Worker 3. Wow, that is pigmented. I could have taken a fluffier brush and made this like maybe a little more sheer, but we're gonna blend this out. Next, I'm gonna go in with Duchess Divinity all over the lid. And I am using a Sonia G soft shader brush. I love this for just kind of easily applying all over the lid and not getting any fallout. Wow, oh my gosh, it looks so good. This was that super smooth metallic shade that we swatched. And I'm just blending out the pink a little bit using a blender brush and my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. You can see how that really kind of took down the clownishness of the pink. I think with this color, it's just about blending. I think it makes a good blush. I think it makes a good eyeshadow, but I think on the eyes, if you don't want it to be too pink, just blend around the edges with a little bit of powder, and you can see it makes it a lot more wearable. Next, I'm gonna go in with Plum Regalia on the inner and outer corners. And I'm using a Refer number 12. I think I'm gonna go for like a halo eye now that I have some of that pink down because I wanted a bit of pink. I think I'm gonna do a halo eye with Regency Blue like right in the center. And then just putting that in the inner corner as well. And now I'm just going in with even more Plum Regalia to add even more depth. Next up, I'm just kind of going to match what I did on the top on the bottom. So I'm going in with Duchess Divinity just in the center here. And then I'm applying a little Plum Regalia to the outside here. I love these names. They're so fancy. I mean, Pat always has kind of ridiculously amazing names for her products, but this makes me feel very regal. Next up, I'm going to go in with Iconic Ingenue in the inner corner. This is like a really good highlight shade, as I mentioned in the beginning. It's just like a nice little pop of color. I'm using a Refer number 13 to also just kind of put that up here on the brow bone to add a little bit of highlight. You can kind of see that shimmer there. Okay, so we have the base of our look. Now I'm gonna go in finally with the Regency Blue. I'm gonna start off going in with my finger, and then we will try it with the Mehron mixing medium. So we're just gonna, oh yes. All right, so this is without, and this is with. I feel like that shade, what's it called? Duchess Divinity adds enough. Like if you didn't want glitter for the day, you may not need it, but I do love the dimension that this adds. Wow. Right through the center there. All right, so I have this little flat brush. This is the Sonia G Smudger 2, and I'm gonna dip it into my mixing medium just to kind of get it wet. Okay, and now I'm going into the Regency Blue. I do this all the time with these celestial shades. All right, are we ready? Oh, so pretty. It's really pretty. And this will stick. Like, look how much more intense that is now. And then it also helps you get it onto the lower lash line. I will link the Mehron mixing medium below because it's really not expensive and you get an entire bottle. Like that's a lifetime supply if you're not a makeup artist. So I will link that down below along with everything else that I'm using. I'm also going to put a little down here. I'm gonna go put on some mascara and I will be right back. All right, friends, this is the final look. What do we think? We got a little bit of shimmer here. Nothing too crazy. As you can see, like you can make those bright pinks look very wearable. And the blue, while it is a blue, it's not like wearing blue eyeshadow. It's just a really beautiful luminescent topper shade, but you could create something really cool if you wanted to put that all over the eye. So yeah, comment down below and let me know what you think, how you thought those colors looked, what you think of this look, and let's get into the cheeks. All right, so here we have the blush palette, and in this palette, we have the shades Cherish, Nymphette, and Venus Nectar, which is the highlighter. I already have Nymphette. It's one of my most favorite pink blushes. I know this seems like a pretty basic shade, but I don't know, it just works. It's just a really nice soft pink. We're gonna put it on the face in a second. And then Cherish is kind of like a nice bright, more of like a true rose, but it is a bit brighter. It is a little bit poppier. I will put some swatches up right now so you guys can see what those look like in as much natural daylight as I possibly can. What I want to live swatch for you, because these are two existing shades that you guys probably have already seen. And again, I will show the swatches right now. But what I want to really swatch is this highlighter here, because maybe you're going to be deciding between getting this particular cheek palette, maybe getting one of the other highlighters in the collection, or maybe you think that you already have something similar to this highlighter. So this is Venus Nectar. As you can see, it's kind of like a champagne-y, goldy color, and it has a really nice kind of like peachy gold undertone, I would say, and I think this will work for a lot of different skin tones. I am unsure if this is new or if this existed in one of her other blush trios, and this immediately reminded me of the Golden Nectar highlighter that she launched last year at some point, and I thought maybe they were the same, but no, it's Venus Nectar and then Golden Nectar. So let's compare the two. Okay, so this is Golden Nectar. Okay, so you can see in the blush palette, it's just a lot darker and peachier in tone than this one, Golden Nectar. So maybe just kind of keep that in mind. If this, I don't know, I think this will work for me. Like this kind of shade does work for me, and I'm very pale. So I think that both of these shades work for everyone. But like, if you have Golden Nectar, do you need this blush palette just for the highlighter? No, you don't. I think that, you know, if anything, this is probably the thing that you need the least, especially if you already have Pat McGrath products. But if you're a Bridgerton fan and you don't have these blushes, then I think that's great. I didn't have Cherish, I really wanted that, and I don't have any of the blush trios, so that's why I got this particular product. So let's apply these to the face. I'm gonna start off with Nymphette, which is the lighter shade, and I'm going in with this beautiful Chica Hudo fox hair brush. And as you can see, it's just a really nice, like sheer pink. Not sheer pink, but it has like a very velvety kind of finish to it, which you probably saw in the swatches. And it's not so dark that you can't like basically put it everywhere. I like to put it on my nose. I like to put it on my forehead. I like to put it on my ears, on my throat, like wherever I naturally flush. And yeah, as you can see, this works really well for light skin tones. I don't think this is gonna work for deeper skin tones, so just kind of keep that in mind. If you want something for deeper skin tones, I would probably go for the deeper blush and glow palette that she launched as a part of the holiday collection. But I do think that this Nymphette color matches well with the theme of this collection, which is Bridgerton, which like flushed pink cheeks is a very sort of classic, like, you know, Bridgerton era style of makeup. So I think that these shades make a lot of sense in that regard. All right, so we are flushed with Nymphette. Next, I'm gonna go into Cherish right here, and I'm using this Wayne Goss holiday brush. I think this was from 2019. I'm sorry, it's not available anymore, but I like to use this for just kind of deeper blushes because it's so light and airy. That's really nice and pink. Personally, with such a bold eye look, I don't think that I would wear Cherish. Cherish is the kind of blush that, as someone who is pale, I would wear this with maybe that really light pinky champagne shade in the palette. What was it called? Iconic Ingenue. I would put Iconic Ingenue all over the eye, pop this really beautiful rosy blush, and that would be just a very springy, easy, quick, like working from home kind of look for me. All right, and there is Cherish layered on top of Nymphette. You can really build this blush up. I highly recommend, if you're sort of interested in these, but maybe this one won't work for your skin tone or this one won't work for your skin tone, just buy the single. Just buy the single. Like, I use mine all the time. Don't be tempted to get this. I like this for travel, and I just like palettes, but you know, get a single. If you're kind of unsure about even one of the shades, get the single. Next, we're gonna go into Venus Nectar, and I'm gonna be applying this with the Wayne Goss airbrush. Whoa, you can see that picked up a lot. We gonna tap that off. But I'm gonna put it up here for you guys to see, because we're gonna go in with the other highlighters on the cheekbones. But look, I'll even put a lot on so you guys can really see how well that works for my skin tone. So while this does swatch darker, it isn't too dark for my skin. I think this is gonna work for a lot of skin tones. It's just kind of like, it's a basic champagne shade though. Like, it's not anything that you guys probably don't have in your collection. So I don't wanna make this sound like it's the best thing since sliced bread, but it is a very smooth highlighter, and it's in a more kind of typical creamy, luminescent formula as opposed to the baked highlighters that we're going to get into right now. Now for what is the most exciting part for me, the highlighters. So this is the outside packaging, and I just want to show you guys, we'll go one by one. This is Incandescent Gold. And what's really interesting is that it's called gold, but it looks straight up silver in all of the promo photos. And so for me, I was a little unsure about this, but I kind of had a feeling that it was gonna swatch really well. So let's swatch this right now. Also, can we just like look at the little cherub? Look at his little booty. Like, look at his little like plump booty and his cute, like they really made him look so cute with his chubby little arm. Like, oh, I just want to pinch that arm. It's so cute. I don't know what he's doing with this crown, but this is just adorable. It's just adorable. All right, so here's Incandescent Gold. And I will post close-ups of all of these so you can see them in kind of like another light. In fact, let me turn down my light here so you can see it in more of a natural light. And then there it is when you kind of turn the lights up. But you know, this actually is not a silver. It is an incandescent gold. It is just a very, like, look how it just dances in the light. It's kind of like a if you were to mix silver and gold together. So I think this is gonna work really well for super pale people like me. I have like, my skin is like bleached papyrus. It's dry and it's pale. So that's what that looks like. And next up we have Extreme Gold 002. I looked at this and I said, that's not gonna work on my skin tone, but you know what? I love gold. Like, I don't know if you can tell in my apartment, I love gold accents, and I looked at this and I was like, I must have that. Like, this looks like a gold medallion. This looks like a treasure. I don't know. I just think this looks so cool. These highlighters are very expensive, so I would recommend just get one. Get the one that works best for you. But let's go in and swatch this. Does anybody else, when they're swatching, just like pick one place that's not on the cute design and you're like, this is where I'm gonna put my brush because I don't want to ruin the cute little baby right here. All right, so here is Extreme Gold 002. So that is straight up yellow gold. And again, I will put some close-ups for you guys in a different light, but it's straight up gold. So I don't think, we're gonna try it, but I don't think this is gonna work on my skin tone, but I can use the Mehron mixing medium and we can make this like straight up molten on our eyes, or I don't know, on your lips if you're kind of like into that kind of look. But I think it would be a really good eyeshadow, or if you want to do just like a pop of gold in the center of your eye, I think that will work as well as kind of like a topper. So that's kind of why I got this, because I wanted to show you guys what it looked like on pale skin and just kind of give you some suggestions of how you could use it. But it also is just so completely stunning. So there's that too. And real quick, just to call it out, this formula, I would say it's just as smooth as the Venus Nectar. It's just a different formula. It's just, it's more of a baked gelée formula. I would say when you're going in with a brush, you might have to like dig in a little bit. We'll see in a second, but they're different formulas, but they're all very, very smooth and high quality. So I just wanted to call that out. If you're kind of choosing between maybe this and the blush palette, just go with whatever color you think is gonna work best for you. Or if you're comfortable spending the $60 for something that's like beautiful and embossed, then go for this one. All right, so we're gonna go into Incandescent Gold with the Wayne Goss airbrush. And you can see that because it's that baked gelée formula, it picks up a lot less on the brush. I like to use this brush because it's black so you guys can really see the pigment. So we're gonna go in. That's really pretty. So it's exactly as it says. It's like an incandescent gold. It makes you look like you have that candlelit glow. That is beautiful. This is gonna work really well for all you ladies out there or men who have very pale skin. So just wanna show you what that looks like on the cheeks. Next up, we're gonna do Extreme Gold 002 and just showing you guys how much gets picked up on the brush. It's definitely easy to pick up. It's just not as powdery as the other ones, so. You know, this doesn't look that bad. I don't think this would be my first choice for a highlighter. Let's like layer it up. See what we can do here. See? This would be something like if I wanted it to look a little bit more editorial, and I'm looking, sometimes I'm not looking to look natural. I just want something that's fun. If I'm doing like something that's very, I don't know, like a really gold bronzy look, I actually might go into this and I might kind of like blend it into my eyeshadow. But you guys can see it's not really like the best shade for my skin tone. But who's this gonna work well for? This is gonna work well for those of you with deeper skin tones, olivey skin tones, maybe kind of on the medium to tan spectrum. I think this is gonna be really pretty. And then for the rest of us, we can use this as an eyeshadow, something like that. Let's put a little bit of this incandescent gold, just like on the corner of the eye. So you guys can sort of see how we can highlight that up. There, that's even better view right there. Boom. I like it. I also briefly want to show you guys a quick little look for the lips that goes well with this collection, which you can buy right now at the time that I'm filming this video. I just went around my lips with the Bare Rose lip liner and I kind of just filled it in. And then what I have here is the Astral Moonflower Gloss. I saw Pat use this on her Instagram with the demo of the Bridgerton collection. And so I thought it would be really fun to kind of tie this in with the eye. So I'm just going to show you guys what that looks like. Yeah. So this doesn't show up too blue. It's more of just like a shimmer, but you do get kind of like a little holographic flex in here that kind of mirror what you get from the lip. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. If you have Bare Rose, goes really good with this collection. And then Astral Moonflower as well, really good pairing with the eyeshadow. And here is what everything is looking like all together so you guys can see up close. All right, guys, this is our final look. Hopefully all of those swatches and that demo was helpful for you. Now let's get into my final thoughts. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed that demo and those swatches. Now it's time for my final thoughts. What do I think of this collection? Let's start off with the eyeshadow palette. I thought that all of the shades in here actually performed really, really well. I think what I love the most about this palette is that she's almost giving us like a mini mothership palette for less. Now I know that the pan sizes are a little bit smaller, but I think where the value lies here is that you are getting one of these sort of like skin show glow shades. You're getting these two really cute baked formulas. You're getting really awesome matte, really like high shine metallic. I love this color, Duchess Divinity right here. And then you're getting one of the special shades. So honestly, what more would you want from like a 6-pan palette? This is probably one of my most favorite 6-pan palettes that Pat has launched. I also like that you get something special in terms of the outer packaging. Granted, it is cardboard, but I'm totally okay with that. This still feels luxurious to me and I love the design. I think it's very on brand. I also like that you're getting just like nice little touches here, nice little embossings here, which I think is really nice. If you are a fan of Bridgerton, then you're really gonna like that nice little touch, but it just adds like a little extra, you know, little something, some little hint of luxury for us. And then lastly, I also like that you are getting these two new formulas here. I don't know if they're a new formula, but they're a little bit new for a 6-pan palette at least. I know she has some sort of like baked formulas in some of the motherships, but I like that you can use these as blush because if you guys watch a lot of my like get ready with me's and a lot of my Instagram stories, you will know I like to take a palette and I like to use it on the face, on the eyes, whether it's initially an eyeshadow palette or it is more of a like face, cheek, and blush palette. So I really like that about this, that it's very multifunctional because especially if you are somebody who maybe you're just a Bridgerton fan, maybe you haven't really tried a lot of Pat McGrath in the past, you're getting a lot here. You're able to sample a lot of different formulas and use this in different ways. So that I really like. In terms of the color story, I like this color story. When I first saw it, I kind of like, I don't know, I rolled my eyes a little bit because we've seen so many pink and rose palettes in like the past year and a half. And even coming from Pat McGrath, a lot of the palettes that she has released within the past year or two have been like a rosy tone. And I think it would have been more fun and probably more on brand to Bridgerton if she were to include maybe more blues to kind of match the family colors or maybe some of the colors of the other families and characters that are displayed in the show. But I think what we're getting here is kind of a mixture of something that's on brand for Bridgerton, something that is on brand for Pat McGrath, and then something that's going to sell really well. If you are a fan of Bridgerton and maybe you like a little bit more color, you might be a little bit disappointed in this color story. But I do think that, you know, when you're doing a collab, like she's collabing with Netflix here, you have to think of it from their perspective as well. She's trying to, yes, design something that Pat McGrath lovers are going to love, but Netflix also wants this palette to sell. People don't just, like brands don't just collab just because, like they're doing it for the awareness and they're doing it to generate extra revenue and really kind of keep that loyalty to that brand and get you excited about the show, get you excited about just the brand of Bridgerton in general. So I think what we're seeing here is something that we know is going to sell really well, which are these pinks. Like, it's not too colorful, but she brought in this special shade, which is blue, which is on brand with kind of the family color and with the packaging as well. This is kind of like the vibe of the show and the main character, at least from the couple of episodes that I've seen. You guys, give me your thoughts below, because I know you guys are probably Bridgerton fans and you know better than me. But what I think she did here, again, is she made something that's really wearable, something that I think the characters in the show would wear. You know, really beautiful champagne shades, rosy cheeks, you know, flushed look. I think that that is very on brand with the show, but she made the coolest shade in the palette, that beautiful kind of like baby Marie Antoinette blue, and that I really like. And so I kind of can't blame her for this color story. It's going to sell really well. It's probably something that, you know, Netflix had to approve, and so she couldn't go too crazy. And so she's kind of satisfying a lot of different people here, and also coming out with something that is very commercial. So all in all, I really like this palette. I'm gonna continue using it. I like pinks. I absolutely love the one metallic shade here in the middle, and I love that I can use it on my cheeks. So I think that this is a good buy. But if you have a lot of other Pat McGrath palettes, I don't think that you necessarily need this. I don't think you're gonna be unhappy with it, but like if you have Divine Rose 1 or 2, or you have Utopian Dream or any of the other pink palettes that she came out with recently, you don't need this, okay? But I like it. Now let's talk about the Blush and Glow Highlighter Trio. I think this is probably the one piece in the collection that you definitely don't need. It's a little bit redundant. I kind of question whether or not I should get it, but that being said, I only had this one shade, which is called Nymphette, and it's one of my favorite blush shades. So I'm not really mad that it's repeated here. I just think that if you are a fan of Pat McGrath, you already have these shades. You probably already have these shades in your collection if you love makeup. You don't need another champagne highlighter. You don't need another pink blush. That being said, if you didn't get one of her Blush and Glow trios from the holiday collection or any of her other releases this past year, maybe check this out, because these are some of my favorite blushes. I love the formula, I love Nymphette, and I've really been enjoying Cherish so far since I've tried it out and I've been swatching it. So I think that this is a really lovely palette. I just don't really think it was super necessary. But again, I think it is on brand with the collaboration, because the characters and just kind of like the time period of the show, beautiful blushed, flushed cheeks is something that is super feminine and I think really relates to the show. So I think it makes sense that she launched this as a part of the collection. I just don't think that you need it. Lastly, let's talk about these highlighters. I really like these highlighters. I know that this one is really only going to be good for more like eyeshadow or just kind of fun looks, but this one, Incandescent Gold, is gorgeous on lighter skin tones. So if you are very pale like me, this probably is going to be really great for you, especially if you find that a lot of highlighters just pull way too gold on your skin and they don't really blend in. Incandescent Gold is going to be really great. Now, I think that this formula is excellent. This is really similar to the formula that she launched as a part of her holiday collection. I do not have that highlighter, which is why I wasn't able to do a comparison with you all, but these colors are also very unique. I love that she gave us something different, and while the two colors, like maybe some people might think these are a little weird and a little extreme, I like that she did something different. Like, she put out that Blush and Glow trio for the folks that are like, I just want something nice and Bridgerton related and pretty and cute. But these are for those of us, like, we want to collect something special that we haven't seen from Pat before. And that's what I think you get from these. Amazing formula, really interesting color. Also, I love the embossment. Like, these are luxury. These are very expensive. They're $60. Who do I think these are for? I think these are for Pat McGrath lovers and collectors, people that already have a lot of other highlighters and you're just looking to pick up something special. You know, I think that these actually look really nice on the skin, even though the colors look a little bit extreme. If you are someone that doesn't wear highlighter a lot, you don't really, maybe you don't have as much makeup, or you are new to Pat McGrath, I don't think that you should get these. I think that these are you know, they're $60, they're very expensive. And so I think these are for the makeup collectors out there that already have a lot of other products. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that demo and all of the swatches and this was helpful for you, especially for those of you who are waiting for the restock. If you have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. I am new here on YouTube, but I produce about 2 to 5 videos per week, and I'm covering a lot of the new luxury launches as well as lots of other favorites, tips, and tricks. So please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to hear about every time that I upload a new video. Also consider following me on Instagram. I will put my handle here and I will also link it down below. We have a lot of fun over there. I usually on my Instagram will post, you know, sneak peek swatches before these videos go up. So as soon as I get the products, I am already showing you guys what the packaging looks like, what the embossment looks like, what the swatches look like. So go there if you guys want to see sneak peeks of all these products, as well as little get ready with me's. I show you what I'm buying, what I'm shopping, and other good deals and sales that I find around the beauty community. And if you haven't already, please give your girl a thumbs up. It really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Again, I'm fairly new here on YouTube, and giving me a thumbs up lets me know what kind of content you guys enjoy. It also helps to promote my channel, so every little thumbs up counts. And better yet, leave me a comment, because I read every single comment from you guys. I have a lot of new subscribers and I love hearing from you all. I love hearing your opinions and your tips. They're so great. So leave me a comment and let me know, what did you think of this collection? Did you pick anything up? Are you going to be getting anything in the restock? I would love to know, or at least just let me know, like, which product did you think was the best? Lastly, if you are a Bridgerton fan, what do you think of this collection? Because I like this collection, but I'm not like a Bridgerton expert. I'm not a Bridgerton stan, as the kids would say. So if you have been following this collection and you love Bridgerton, definitely let me know what you think down below. Anyway, guys, I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye.